When did we meet, Rohan?
2015.
2015.
Summer of 2015, July 1st.
2015. Decided we get together, discuss digital marketing. I had no idea what it was.
And branding.
Branding,
Because you had like absolutely nothing back then.
had
It was actually that. If you can zoom in to that Valley Pacific sign on the side of that building, that's what his old branding looked like. Just to give you some context, like we started your branding in, I believe it was like middle of November. Launch it all Jan 1st. Everything. 2016. We had a countdown clock on December 31st at midnight. Roll over the new site, roll over the new brand. It was everywhere the next day. Facebook ads, Google ads, everywhere for about a month.
We decided to go all there.
Yeah.
Everything from logos, signage, branding the truck, presentation folders, cards, everything. You name it. This guy rolled it out. Jan 1st, 2016. The new brand was born. And very thankful. I'm humble. Since I met this guy, my business has nearly tripled. I've never been a guy that looks at numbers. I just look at the amount of customers that I've acquired from the brand, and this guy's done it. So I started Instagram at Sold by Ty. Started that probably around 2016 as well. So just over a year, and quickly scaled, and now I'm just over 10,000 people on there. Of which, believe it or not, helps me when I go sit down with listings. People do ask, what is your social media following? I feel like that will be the next most common asked question when we sit down with clients. What's your Facebook following? What's your social media following? So this guy's helped build the brand. Currently, my brand is getting larger, and I'm very grateful for that.
Just for those of you that want to see, like, look, I think you had like 2,500 followers when you first started. Something like that.
I do get a lot of realtors from all over the country that message me.
All over the world, man.
And every time somebody does message me, I can't believe they're messaging me from a different state and asking me questions on branding and giving tips. And I'm always open for emails and calls. I love when people call and ask. I'm very humbled. I can't believe it's happening. And I love helping people out. So I started as well from the bottom. And,
started a movement.
People love to just get some tips. I love to give tips.
I come from a company that is one of the smallest companies in the Fraser Valley, just only a couple realtors. I've always believed that you don't have to have the company name, and it's the brand, right? Some people sit with a large company. I just sit with the brand. Nobody asks what company I'm with. One of the smallest companies in the entire Fraser Valley, and yet I still manage to do the same amount of business. So it's all about the brand. It's all about the person that they hire and the customer service. Dad taught me from the start, take care of your customer start to finish. They're not happy with the carpets being cleaned, not happy with getting an extra garage remote. Go out and buy it. Go out and just do it. Make them happy. That'll go a long way, and that goes a long way. So the brand has brought it all together. So Rohan's been the guy to make it happen.
Some people think that a brand is just, you decide you create a logo, you put it up, and that's a brand. It's not. You are the brand at the end of the day. Yes, there's a logo. Yes, there's business cards. Yes, there's folders, everything else. But throughout the process, we also created you, and created Sold by Ty, created a guy that's known internationally. I get hit up from people all the time. I was in a phone call a couple days ago with someone, and I told them to check you out on Instagram, and they're like, they've been following you for however long, and they're like, that guy's on fire. And this guy was in like Atlanta, Georgia. And you were in Vancouver, BC.
Well, a lot of people can go on there and just create a logo.
Yeah.
But it's more than that, right?
A lot of people think it's just like sending flyers, sending that. No. In real estate, it takes more than that. And there's two types of marketing. There's direct response marketing, and then there's awareness-driven marketing. And from all the clients that I've worked with, I've realized real estate is one of the interesting, or realtors and real estate agents are one of the most interesting markets to work in, because you're a service-based industry and service front to back. So direct response, really fully being direct response, getting into the people's head and trying to get them to opt in for a free evaluation and all that good stuff. Yes, it works, but what you do outside of that is what matters the most, and how you portray yourself is what matters the most.
I think at the end of the day, when we made the decision to go all in, it literally was everything. It was the umbrella that you hold on a rainy day to that wine bottle that you hold branded. I mean, we did absolutely everything. So I went with what Rohan said, and it's turned out to be amazing. So I think I went 2015, about 40 ends or so, and 2016, nearly over 80. So I think 86 ends. 2016. 2017, my goal is 100 ends. But throughout the year, I just never look at where I'm at. I just end of the year, I surprise myself. So just keep doing a great job for people and see where I end up at the end of the year.
You know, I work with a ton of realtors, but you were one of the first ones that I actually took seriously to work with because you were actually willing to listen, willing to understand the difference. You know, most realtors will come into the game like we've seen all the time. People will come into the game, they'll try, you know, mailing 3 months in a row and get no results. But it's the consistency.
My little farm of Panorama Ridge and Sullivan Station, which I've worked now for quite some time, every single Wednesday you get a flyer. Every Wednesday. So, and that's like that 52 times a year.
You're doing the the direct mail part of things, but you're also spending a decent amount online, right? Making sure you're everywhere. We're now having you know, I think everybody in Surrey or your farm area has seen you more on an average per month. They see your ads on average 5 to 8 times a month.
Yeah, it's spread it around a little bit. We decided to do more online as well. So I think we're more online than we are paper marketing, as I feel that works. But my certain area that I do flyer and work in, that area every week, no matter what. Just listed in other areas that I wouldn't necessarily work. I think that's a waste of money, waste of time to send paper advertising there. It's all online marketing. It's the only way to go. So, and I'm learning that real fast.
You know, there's something else that we're going to be launching here in the next couple of months. We're going to be, you guys are going to see a little different of a launch coming through, outside of what we're used to doing. But
something else coming down the pipe that's a little out of my comfort zone, but. I think Rohan's convinced me that I need to do it, need to try it, and be one of the first guys to bring it to market in my industries.
And that's the thing, is that you're always willing to stretch out of your comfort zone.
Right, you have to. If you stay in your comfort zone, you're only going to do a certain amount of business. If you try something new, you'll surprise yourself. So,
and don't just try it for 1 month. You've got to be consistent with it. That's the biggest issue. People just try it and expect a result immediately. They'll try it for 1 to 3 months. No, not in your business. Your business, you need a 6 to 12 month game plan. And if you're not willing to do it for 6 to 12 months, don't even start. Because you're just going to waste your money. And you're just going to be disheartened in the business you're not going to get.
Rohan, what are you doing back there?
Being legendary?
after the deal's done and after we do sell a place, more the behind the scenes stuff, there's quite a bit of it that we have to do. That's it, just let Sharon know here in Panorama Ridge that I just sold her house and I put up a sold sign on her place. So exciting for her. She's been here quite some time. Now she's ready to retire and move on, so great day. So one thing Rohan taught me is the importance of videos. So I started doing videos about 3 months ago. Every just listed property that I do, coming soon, I like to tell people what's coming up. And I think it's a lot more powerful, and I found that out from social media and the following, is that video updates are more important. So this property here I just sold, so we just put up a sold sign, so I'm actually going to just do a small video for my social media to let people know what Sharon ended up getting for it, and as well, you know, her plans. So the process of just listed, just sold, getting new properties, there's a lot of behind the scenes hard work that goes into it. So this is a local spot here, a local park that I live by, and I'm just going to throw some slow down signs around the playground. A lot of people here drive so fast, so I'm just going to throw a couple slow downs in here to remind people to stay off the gas.
What's your insight of being in the industry 15 years? What does it take to have someone actually go through 15 years of marketing, seen a high market, seen a low market, seen, you know, a little bit of everything, and then come to a point where it's like in 2 years you literally doubled your business from, you know, taking on what we've done together? What is kind of some insight that you can give to, say, somebody new that's wanting to get into the industry?
I would say at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, everybody knows somebody, everybody knows a realtor, everybody knows a guy in automotive, and your core best people are your past clients. And I treat my past clients like gold. There's 913 past clients that I have in my database, of which they all hear from me at least 6 times a year. Checking in with them to see how they're doing. I'm always wishing them happy birthday, just staying in touch with them, and I genuinely care. So those are the past clients, are my best clients. Trying to get new business nowadays, it's tough. It's tough for anybody. It doesn't matter if you're the #1 agent in the area. If you concentrate really on your core past clients and treat them well, it'll come back tenfold. And the referral business right now for me has been outstanding. So
if I was to give a little piece of advice to a bunch of realtors out there, maybe 5 years or less in the industry, it would be concentrate on your core clients and everybody that you've done business with over the past 5 years, and just make sure they remember who you are and always stay fresh on their mind. So some advice I'd give.
Did it come easy?
Starting out in this business was tough. The first 2 or 3 years were tough. My dad, who was and still is a role model to me, he always taught me, of course, to never think about the money, always think about the job you're doing for people, and that's true to what I do today. I remain very humble. I'm never showing off things ever. I just kind of stay humble. I do what I do, and at the start it is tough. 2 to 3 years, just like anything else, it's tough to get going. But if you stay with it and stay consistent, it will pay off.
As you've seen, we kind of had the backstory of when we started working together, what we've done in about 2 years now of working together, which has absolutely been crazy. And not even 2 years, man. It's been like a year and a half of officially just working consistently. Go to tyanddancorsi.com, check out some of their contacts, follow Ty at soulbyty. On Instagram, see the kind of marketing that he's doing. And this is just really the beginning of what we're about to create, because some of the stuff, like I said earlier, that we're going to be launching is going to be revolutionary for the real estate agent industry. There's very, very few realtors that are doing what we're about to do, and the ones that are doing it are like massive, multiple 8-figure realtors out in New York and LA and big major cities like that, but no one in suburb of Vancouver, BC is about to do what he's going to do. So Ty, what are your closing thoughts?
Get out of your comfort zone. If you aren't sure about digital marketing, I can tell you firsthand, my branding, as you've seen from the my old company stuff, Valley Pacific Realty, it was next to nothing. In fact, when I first showed Rohan my business card a year and a half ago, he couldn't help but smirk and laugh. So it's changed. I've kind of started somewhere. I've made some changes. I've got out of my comfort zone, and it's paid off. So for anybody that is thinking about digital marketing, should they do it, shouldn't they do it? I would highly recommend spending the money, invest in it, and just stick with it, because you will see a change in your business like no other. I can't be more grateful and more thankful for what he's done for me, and we have a few things coming up that are really exciting, so stay tuned for that. Look forward to it.